it is Barcelona with all 4 goals in this one. Remember, last season, Girona beat them twice, putting 4 past them. But today, it's a very different story with this version of Barcelona under Hansi Flick as well. Let's take a look at how things look in the table. After 5 games, Barcelona are absolutely perfect, picking up where they left off before the international break. Let's hear Hansi Flick talking about wonder kid Lamine Yamal after the game.
Lamine again, 2 goals for him. He's very young, but we are lost for words with this player, 17 years old.
Yes, it's a difference. So also when he press and this was our goal today, was the idea how we want to press them high, because that when we don't press, so they have the combination, they can do very well. So we have to interrupt them, receive the ball, and of course he did really great. And at the end, it's like how he finished is fantastic.
Well, here's what Nicol, the Girona manager, had to say on Lamine Yamal. Lamine is a difference maker. For me, he's already one of the best players in the world at 17 years of age. It's difficult to imagine that after Messi, another like him would come along. But I hope that Lamine keeps improving, because he's a player that can reach that level. Luis Garcia is joining us now to talk about what we saw today from Barcelona. We were wondering how they would fare after that international break, and they've picked up where they left off, Luis.
Yeah, exactly. I was just reading the big statement of Mitchell, the coach of Girona, about Lamine Yamal. It's quite impressive that we start comparing once again Lamine Yamal with Lionel Messi. It's far away from where Messi have shown in the years. And, well, we have to wait. Let's see. And I was focusing on Barcelona, that, once again, we enjoy very much what they brought into the field. They dominated, they have the possession, they have the creativity, they have the end product, they have everything. But the most impressive that they can make it consistently during 90 minutes. Once again, we saw at Barcelona last year, maybe some moments, maybe for 45 minutes in one game, for 30 minutes in the other game. But since the start of the season, we've seen a Barcelona that is very, very aggressive going forward, with a high intensity, with a very high line that it was today, higher than I ever seen in the past few years. Just half of the pitch, they have the line of defense, and they put 11 players just to try to press and regain the ball as close as possible of the goals of Girona's keeper. So I think that this Barcelona is ready to fight for the trophy. I think that there is no doubt that they are playing well, that they are enjoying, that they can keep the consistency, that even the rotation in the second half, we have a few doubts, a few of the mistakes, but the players who came in brought something different. So I think that Hansi Flick can have a look to the bench and have confidence in some of the players, even though don't forget that they have 7 and 8 players still injured, and they have to come back early in the next year. So let's see if they can keep this kind of football, because really we enjoy it and the results are right there.
It's hard not to get excited about Lamine Yamal right now when you look at these numbers, Stevie. Now remember, he only actually turned 17 the day before the Euro final, so he's got plenty of time to top a list here of most goals before turning 18. He's currently got 8 at this stage. He's the youngest with a first half brace in La Liga history.
When everything you do on a football field looks really easy, that's a talent in itself. There's nothing hard work about it for him. Simple, easy. When's the next one coming along?
It's since we've seen him, since he came into the fold at Barcelona, it feels like we talk about him every week for good reason, for positive reasons, Ale.
Yes. Maturity, I think, is what separates him from other 17-year-olds. And, of course, the talent, that goes without saying. But the maturity with which he plays the game, he comes across as a player who has been a pro for 10 years. And that hasn't been the case for Lamine Yamal. Here's a kid. It's a kid. He's a kid. He's a kid that showed up last season and all of a sudden became their most important player in the attack and their most consistent player in the attack. So much so that we were asking the question, well, what is Xavi going to do? Because, look, he's playing, he's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's their most dangerous player. Is he going to have to save him? Is he going to have to cuddle him? Is he going to have to baby him? Well, no, put him out there, because that's how good he's been from the moment he showed up. And the truth is, you look at his progression, you look at his growth, and it's scary to think that he can only get better from here. Lamine Yamal will be a great player for Barcelona for years to come.
It feels like the same could be said, though, Luis, for Barcelona right now, that maybe they can only get better this season. So many are saying that we getting carried away because it's been a great start for them and we just have to wait and see. But what are you feeling about them now after 5 games and just seeing the scorelines that we are from them?
Yeah, what I see is just consistency. I think that it's true that it's going to be a long season. It's true that now it's coming Champions League and the rotation needs to be good. The adaptation from the players who are not involved as usually has to be good. But I think that the best thing about the team, how they play at the moment, is that the message that Hansi Flick has sent to the players, they have received it and they understood what he wants from them. They agree with it, so every single player of the team is pushing in the same direction. Again, I'm not going to make another speech about how this team is pressing, but if you pay attention how the whole team is trying to move all accordingly to what is happening on the field, it's just fantastic. Not only in attack, but also in defense. And don't forget that Barcelona is not conceding goals. Today they concede once again a small mistake. It was a very good pass through the lines. Well, these things can happen. But during the 90 minutes, I think that Girona have had maybe 1-2 options in the whole game and only maybe 1 or 2 shoots on target. I think that shows that even though with Garcia there is a very young talent right there sticking into the centre backs, and with the rest of the team, with Casado into the midfield, with Pedri, with Lamine Yamal, there is only 17. Even with the youth that they have, the whole team is ready to fight for each other, and the whole team is ready to commit themselves to run for each other. And that's something very difficult to get, because if you find it, the talent is right there. They got quality, they got talent, they got definition, and they got youth. That boldness that they all have right now is what is proven that this Barcelona is going to be there this season for trying to reach every single trophy. Champions League will be a part, but La Liga, I think they're going for it.